Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Hope you're all doing real well today. This is going to be part 5 of the Thunder model Scammell transporter. And of course, Jordan's right here, wants a little bit of attention. Anyway, we're going to try and put a last couple of parts on the engine today. And then we're going to start building the front suspension. And I don't know if we'll get to the frame or not, but we'll see what we can get done today. Okay, let's go down the bench. Be right back. Thanks, guys. Everything marked in green here has been done. I've got the fan ready to go, but I haven't installed it yet because it is extremely delicate. Let's continue on down here a little bit. I did make notes on the instructions to give me a little bit more of a heads up if I ever build another one of these, or if you guys ever want to build one of these instructions are going to be available. There's a link in the description. So let's go on down here just a little bit more. We'll start at the top of page 3. We've got B11, B10, B37, and A26. Okay, here are these parts already. I glued those two together. That's B11 and B10. Just to save a little bit of time and to make sure I got the seams all cleaned up real nice. So they're going to go, or it's going to go here. And it's got a square on the back to match a square here. So I want to try and get those, get that lined up. I think I'm going to have to put some glue on it to get it to sit there, and I'm going to need some tweezers. Let's see here. Okay. Get it to rotate just in the right position. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, maybe I don't have enough glue. Let's do a little bit more. Just like that. And I'm off camera. Let's bring this way. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'm guessing that's probably the starter. Then we have one more motor mounts to go here. And it's got a tab on it. Get it in the right position. Okay. And then we've got this little piece, which I had no idea what it is. It's so very tiny. And it'll go right here. And there's a little pin on the back of it. Get it to grab. Okay. Okay. As far as I can tell, that's going to finish the engine. There may be more pieces added later. Of course, I do have to put the fan on and the shroud and things, but I'm going to do some painting before I get to that point. So let's go ahead and set this aside and let the parts dry, and we'll look and see what's next. Okay. Here's some of the painting instructions. They call out for MIG ammo colors. I have not yet decided exactly what colors I'm going to paint it. So I'm probably going to have to make that decision here real soon and get some paint coming if I don't have what I need. There's lots we can do before then. Okay, if we move on down here, this is so funny the way they have the instructions laid out. But I guess this is all part of step 2. See, you build this assembly up and then you use it over here. There's going to be lots of places where you don't glue anything, so I'm assuming the assembly is going to be able to swivel, articulate a little bit. So let's start pulling some parts here. We've got stuff on the A sprue, the B sprue, the C sprue, the D sprue. Alright, hang on. Let's see here. On the A sprue, we have A12 and 13. It's right here. Okay, and A33, A7 and A8. Okay, hang on just a second and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go on with B. We've got B42. That's all I'm seeing on the B sprue. C, number pieces off C. C55. C51 and 52. And these I'm sure are handed. To be careful, make sure I get them in the right place. Oops, get back here. Okay. Hang on here, guys. Let's see, is that all a C? And then we have a D, D12. So one more off the D sprue. It's this one right here. Okay. There's all the pieces for the next step right there. Let me go ahead and shut the camera off and I'll get these cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay guys, thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to show you real quick. This is A12. On the inside here we've got what they call Z pins. There's one here and one here that stick up really high. Really obvious. I don't know why they do that, but I'm sure it has to do with getting the parts out of the mold. But anyway, those are going to need some cleanup work. You can't really do much. Hang on here. You can't really do a lot with your nippers. You can get part of them, but that's going to look really bad still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little chisel, and I've got several different widths to get in there and get those out. Clean them up the very best I can. So let me do that and I'll come back and I'll show you where I'm at. Okay? Thanks guys. Okay, here's one that's cleaned up. You can see I've completely removed the Z pins. Here's one that I haven't yet. Just trying to make them look a little bit better. That's what this little vise is really handy for. So let me go ahead and get the other one going here. One of the things I really like about this little vise is that it keeps you from getting your fingers quite so close to the blade. You can hold parts. And this is really sharp. Just trying to really gently. You don't want to try and take it all at once. Just kind of shave it a little bit at a time. Get that a little bit higher up where I can get to it. Just kind of just a little bit at a time. I'm just taking a little curl off of it. Okay. Just scrape a little bit. Okay. There may be a slight hit of one in there, but I think that's going to be alright. Okay, let me go ahead and get the rest of these cleaned up. I just wanted to show you how I was doing that. Be back in just a little bit, guys. Thanks. Okay. I think I've got this kind of straight in my mind, how all this goes together. This will be the front. See, the instructions show you building it upside down. So I'm going from left to right. So this will be the far outside part, the closest to the front of the vehicle. This will be the inside part, which will be connected to that, and then there will be a plate that goes in there. These need to go in here. So that's going to be the tricky part. We don't want to glue those in yet. I don't think in the long run there's going to be any way to avoid it. But initially, to get everything adjusted, it's going to have to be, I'm going to try and keep them as loose as we can. Okay. I'm not going to try and completely glue that right now. See if we can get the other end in. Make sure we're all headed in the right direction. Okay. So we can go ahead and start gluing this. We're going to have a seam right down the middle of the springs. They're going to take some cleanup, so it's not going to be possible to just put this together and be done with it. I'll go back later and I'll sand all the pieces of the spring and make sure that the seam's gone. Something else you do when if you're gluing real close to something you want movable, even if you get just a little bit of glue on it, you can keep moving it and eventually the glue will start to dry and then the part will start moving again. Okay, go around this side. So we got a pretty good gap right there. Yeah. I want to make sure I don't lock those up. I don't know here. Kind of hold that for a second. Okay. Still got a little bit of a gap there, but I'm afraid to glue too close. We'll see. I might need to go back at that again a little bit. Okay, that one's moving. Continue on over here. It's a pretty tricky assembly. Try and get the minimal amount of glue in there as I can. Make sure that's still turning. Still not quite. Just wait till this glue kind of grabs. Still not. Put just a tiny bit more on there. There, it's starting to grab now. Okay. And that still works. Let's get this side. And it opened up a little bit again. The main reason I'm trying to keep them loose is when it comes to fitting the tie rods and everything. If I don't have them just exactly right, then there's going to be a problem. So once the tie rods and everything in place, I imagine I'll probably have to glue it all in solid. Just keep working things. Still not quite. Okay, well, that's the basic idea. There, it's starting to grab now. It's still a little bit open. Well, we got one more piece to install here. Goes right here. Just a little, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off and work on these joints a little bit. Okay. No sense in boring you guys with just waiting for the glue to dry a little bit. I'll be back in a little while, okay? Thanks. Okay. I've spent a little bit of time here cleaning up the seam and everything. Everything still works. All still moves. Even though eventually they'll be glued. Okay, this is going to be, you see the instructions show you putting it together upside down. There's a little square here and a little square there, and these go together like so. And then there's going to be a piece that goes in between them. This is going to be a little bit tricky trying to get this all to line up. We'll see what we can do here. I think that the key is to try and do it all while the glue is a little bit soft still, so we can make adjustments. Whoops, and that's not correct. Need to go this direction. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, and I can see that's really twisted. to work on that a little bit more. I've got one more piece I need to get in here. Well, a couple more. And this will go, let's see, I'm trying to make sure this will go up. This will go inside of here. If I can get it in, that is going to be tricky. Kind of like so. That is crooked. It's interesting. Well, I can understand why they made this in two pieces because of the details, but boy, that makes for a real fragile assembly. I've got another piece to put in there that might help kind of keep this all together. Let's see, this will go here. Let's go ahead and put that in. Maybe that'll help. Keep things lined up. I hate to say it, but I'm probably just going to have to sit here and hold this for a while. Try and keep this all straight. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Thanks. Okay, guys. There's the front axle pretty well all taken care of. I'm just trying to check and make sure it's all nice and square and straight. I'm having a little bit of a problem with this joint at the back. Instead of the parts fitting like this, they want to fit like this. So I've had to clamp it to keep it straight until it's all dry. But that's pretty much got the front axle finished. I still got the little tie rod to put in there, but it goes in just fine. And then this will all be glued to keep everything straight. But that's going to probably go ahead and do it for today. I'll put some pictures up of what we've got accomplished today. But I'm just double checking and make sure everything looks straight and square and even. I'm just hoping when I get the frame put together that this all fits in there okay. I think it will. Alrighty guys, we're going to call that good for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the comments. And we'll talk to you real soon, okay? Bye-bye.